covering Flint, Saginaw, and Bay City. This is ABC 12 News at 5, starting with breaking news.
And we begin with breaking news this Christmas Eve. A shooting at a popular store in mid-Michigan with customers inside. ABC 12's Matt Woodcoast is live outside of Big Lots in Flint Township with new information into this investigation. Matt. The partial federal government closure entering day 4 with no end in sight. President Trump remains in Washington, where he continues to attack Democrats over funding for his border wall. That breaking news tonight, a young girl is shot and killed in Flint.
Just heartbreaking. It happened just a few short hours ago on Flint's north side. Police are still at the scene as we speak in the 200 block of Austin Avenue.
That's off of MLK Avenue between Pearson and Carpenter. ABC 12's Amy Hybels is there now with more. Amy. And breaking tonight at 5, kidnapping, sexual assault, misconduct in office. Those charges just filed against a Genesee County Sheriff's deputy. Our Ann Perrette joins us now live from the Sheriff's Department. The unexpected loss of a vibrant 10-year-old girl has one mid-Michigan family vowing to change the way heart screenings are done. London was a 5th grader in Grand Blanc, and no one knew about the underlying heart condition that would claim her life. But as Ann Perrette explains, if life-saving screenings were done earlier, things might have been different. A 13-year-old from Ohio pleads guilty to killing a Michigan man. The teen admitted to throwing a sandbag off an overpass, killing the 22-year-old Warren man riding in a car. The boy was one of 4 teenagers arrested for throwing rocks and sandbags onto I-75 in Toledo last month. From the Larry Nassar sexual assault scandal, today a bombshell report by the show Outside the Lines claims the pattern of covering up abuse extends well beyond Michigan State's gymnastics program. And it all started less than an hour ago. It's in the 8100 block of Miller Road that's just south of I-69 near the downtown area of the city. Still a very active scene right now. Hey, Matt, question for you. We just saw over the past, since we started the newscast, that the fire is continuing to grow. Can you talk a little about the manpower that's out there? Because several departments are out there having to battle this.
Yes, the manpower has been
just a tough situation all around.
Really sad situation, especially for those families that may have had some type of service or whatnot this evening. And you know, I'm imagining if you are in this downtown Swartz Creek area, to maybe stay away from that area, you know, as they try to work to get that massive fire under control. I mean, just take a look at it right there live on our screen, and it's just really heartbreaking. As the flames continue to shoot, fire crews from all across the area, they're working to get this fire under control. Their main goal right now is to get the bodies that are in there out.
My partner, Matt Franklin, is there now. Matt, such an emotional day for parents and students. Help us understand what's happening right now.
Hi, Angie. A very sad day here at Central Michigan University for not only the staff and faculty and students here, but also for the entire Mount Pleasant community. You can hear that the helicopter is still overhead here on campus, and police are still actively searching for that man. This all happened here at the Campbell Hall near the Towers complex on the 4th floor. Police have pretty much emptied most of the building except for the 4th floor. It's still considered an active crime scene. Sadly, the bodies are still here, and believe it or not, in the 9 weeks since 2018 began, this is reportedly the 12th shooting at a school. Now, students were told to shelter in place after word of the shooting started getting around about 8:30 this morning, which left James Eric Davis Sr. and Diva Davis dead. We did learn from a press conference this afternoon they are from Illinois. There is an intense search for James Eric Davis Jr., as you mentioned, that got underway. As a matter of fact, during 4 o'clock live shot, we saw a large number of police officers leave the scene in a hurry. They are focusing most of their search on the north side of the city, which is why they want people to remain very vigilant. They want the students that are remaining here during spring break to remain vigilant as well and to keep their eyes and ears open, especially as we get into nightfall. Central Michigan University police say that they had an incident connected with Davis last night.
The Seymour Police Department did have contact with the involved individual last evening.
And they did make a clarification. He was actually taken to a University of Michigan facility here on campus. Still a lot of unknowns, a lot of questions being asked about how he was able to get a weapon into his dorm room. CMU is a gun-free zone, and police are continuing to search for him. They did find some clothing near a railroad track, and that's why they are going towards the north side of the city and focusing their search there. The search for Davis has been going on, and it's been very intense. Let's go down to ABC 12's Terry Camp. He has that part of our team coverage. Terry. All right, Terry, and I want you to take a look at something. This is one example of what students at CMU did today. Quick thinking. They grabbed a chair, hockey equipment, heavy things just to barricade themselves inside the dorm room when they heard those shots. Our coverage now continuing now with ABC 12's Ann Peretin. And you talked a lot with students today about what they had to deal with, scary moments considering what we just came off of the past few weeks. I'm sure there's a lot of fear going through their heads when they heard those shots.
Certainly, Matt, and that barricading that you talked about, I spoke to a...
Matt, what else can you tell us as all of this continues to unfold in front of your eyes?
Angie, just like you said, there is an intense search going on right now for 19-year-old James Eric Davis Jr. Police believe that he is responsible for the deaths of his parents, James Eric Davis Sr. and Diva Davis. All this happening on the 4th floor right behind me here at Campbell Hall. If you can push in, Tommy, it happened right there where that window is open. What happened in that room that caused the shooting? That's what police want to know. They want to know, we do know that Davis Jr. was hospitalized last night for a drug-related incident. It's not clear for legal or illegal. Campus was on lockdown for several hours after Davis took off. Eventually, students, they were escorted by police to a nearby hotel where they were reunited with family and friends. That is also where we caught up with the president of Central Michigan University, Dr. George Ross.
This is an aberration. It's sad, but I believe our folks responded in protecting students and faculty and staff and community members. We reacted immediately with the lockdown and in protecting of human life on this campus today.
I don't know if you can hear it right now, but there's a police helicopter that's still in the air. It's been circling for several hours as that manhunt continues for that student. Many of the students, they were gone for spring break, but there were some classes still going on this afternoon. Here's the message that some of those students got by phone.
The CMU Police Department is responding to a report of shots fired.
That's a message that a lot of those students got earlier this afternoon, and a lot of those students were frightened when they heard what happened, coming off of what happened in Florida, happening right here in their own backyard. Back here live on campus, Angie, you know, today marked the first day of spring break for many students here at Central Michigan University. Many of them that were still here finishing up classes, they were alarmed by getting that message that there was a shooting that happened here on campus. ABC 12's Amy Hybels has more on the many parents that were being reunited with their students once they learned about what happened here at the Comfort Inn. The opioid crisis has touched almost every part of our lives, and tonight we're learning that it's now impacting those who deal with afterlife care. Just recently, word was sent out to some funeral homes across the country that they need to be on alert. In an ABC 12 investigation, we take a closer look at the new challenges those who are considered to be the last responders are facing with the opioid epidemic.
It's a little scary, to be honest with you.
For over 3 decades, Allen Funeral Home in Davison has been a place to turn for comfort in a time of grief. And with the opioid crisis continuing to take hold on so many around mid-Michigan, funeral director Eric Allen says he's had to comfort far too many families as of late.
When I started in this business 20 years ago, that we would maybe see 1 or 2 a year, and now it's several cases throughout the month that we see.
You know, for 33 years, the Holiday Pops has been a tradition for us here at ABC 12, and it is our honor to bring it to you again tonight. On stage tonight, you will see some of Mid-Michigan's most talented musicians and performers. Behind the scenes, you'll find some of the most dedicated professionals making sure it all goes smooth.
We have a lot of memories together.
For sure, it's become part of our own personal traditions here at ABC 12, but unfortunately, not everyone can be home for the holidays, especially the men and women serving overseas in the military. That was the inspiration for 2 GIs who wrote the song Christmas Eve in My Hometown back in 1951. It took a little work, but they eventually got singer and actor Eddie Fisher to record and perform it while visiting the troops in Europe. Since then, it has been covered by singers such as Bobby Vinton, Jim Nabors, and Kate Smith. And tonight, we are lucky to welcome soloist Allie Jackson to the stage as we dedicate the song to all of those who can't be home for the holidays. Good evening from the 2018 North American International Auto Show here in downtown Detroit. Press preview days continue another day. More than 5,000 journalists are here at Cobo Center checking out the new cars, trucks, and even the newest and greatest technology that'll be in those vehicles right here from the auto show. Hi, Christine. What a great day for an assignment like this to be out and about and be surrounded by all these classic cars. And what's a classic car tour without a little bit of a pit stop. We are here in Owasso at Young Chevrolet Cadillac, and I want you to take a look at the parking lot right now where all the classic cars are lined up. They're getting ready to head off to the next stop. And now, you know, this is the big week for the Back to the Bricks event, but last week we had the tune-up parties, which pretty much got communities outside of the Flint area revved up for the big event this weekend. They had those tune-up parties that were just great, stretching in communities like Swartz Creek, Linden, you know, all over Fenton area. A lot of fun last week. All right, Christine, thank you so much. Well, 2,500 miles. That is how far one man drove just to get his vehicle right here in Flint for Back to the Bricks week. You know, as we take a look at all these shots up and down along Saginaw Street, it really proves that, you know, no matter what is going on, no matter what people might say, that, you know what, this is truly the heart and soul of Flint is our automotive history and the heritage that we are celebrating this week and that we celebrated last week. And, you know, Back to the Bricks has done so much in terms of putting the Flint community on the map. That'll do it for our coverage. Thank you so much for joining us for the ride. Happy cruising. A little bit varies of buzz with sounds of vehicles and
horns.
Yeah, and you know, we have classic cars, we have hot rods, muscle cars, everything right here in downtown Frankenmuth. Let's go now to ABC 12's Rebecca Trill. She's along for the ride. And Rebecca, what's going on where you are? Welcome back to our coverage of AutoFest here in Frankenmuth. You know, there are thousands of classic cars here. You know, you sometimes see some pretty unusual and things that you may not see out on the road. And joining me now is Kevin from Harbor Springs with a milk truck. And tell me a little bit about how you got this truck.
I found it up in Bayshore, Michigan, in an old farmer's field, half buried, and I just, I had a vision.
She looks good cruising in those cars.
Absolutely, she does. You know, some of my cars, the muscle cars have been my favorite cars, especially because they make so much noise and they're loud.
There are some
really
great
cool.
ones here, absolutely.
And then also learning about cheese from Rebecca Trill. I think that was one of the best stories we saw because who doesn't love cheese?
Oh, it's good. It makes everything better,
Absolutely.
as you said.
Along with butter and bacon.
Yes.